let you also know that during this caution so far, Reed Sorensen in the 32 and John West Townley both pitted and picked up some fresh tires and Sunoco racing fuel as they're ready to go back. And Kenny Wallace, we got to give him some love time, because this is the third time he's gotten the lucky dog. Man. There he is. And he stays on the track, and let's see, in 21st position right now. So he keeps working his way closer into the top 20. With John West Townley right in front of him in 20th position. John West fell back right after we had talked about him. And in front of him is the 32 of Reed Sorensen.
Yeah.
Now here is,
go ahead. Kelly Byers right here. What a job, man, he has done. He got his car torn up really good in that one crash, and they fixed it back, and he's driven himself all the way back up into the 11th spot.
Right. He was 28th back on lap number 149, and right now running 11th. So a good comeback with a car that
you see that left corner right there. I mean, it's caved in pretty good, but they've done a good job of keeping that spoiler up there where it needs to be.
And Scott Lagasse has had an eventful day, all the way back to 30th at one point, and he has now fought his way back to the 12th position. How about Mike Bliss? He's running 13th after being as low as 41st in this field. Then Michael Annett, also an eventful day for him. He had dropped back as far as 38th, currently his 14th on the racetrack. And the 05, and this is a guy we haven't mentioned all day, but boy, you talk about giving some credit to a team that doesn't have a lot of money. Willie Allen, his slow spot of the day was 28th, but right now Willie running in the 15th position. Right alongside Mike Wallace, who turned 51 back on March 10th, so we'll wish him a belated happy birthday. He let me know that daughter Chrissy's going to be in one of his team cars at Talladega, so we'll see her again. And there you see the 6 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's had an eventful day, as you can see. Again, a lot of cars have gone 29th, 30th, even as far as 41st. He's come back to 17th. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. It is Brad Keselowski on the high side, Leffler, Biffle, Allgaier, and Edwards. That's your top 5. And again, boy, I'll tell you what, Brad has got himself dialed.
Yeah, and his teammate got a nice break there too by being able to start up on that outside, and he's going to get himself into second.
So Justin, Team Penske running 1-2, third place right now with Jason Leffler. We already documented how well he has run here at Bristol, getting into the top 5. And there's Carl Edwards in 4th, and here comes Kyle trying that low side underneath Greg Biffle.
Yeah, and Carl Edwards got a nice break there by being on the outside too. He was able to pick up a couple of spots, got himself in a good position if he can hold off Kyle Busch right here.
Kyle trying to make that low side work, down into 3. Joey Logano just a couple of cars further back, and Scott Wimmer, who is giving that 7 ride its best run of the year so far.
Yeah, we've seen Logano there in the 20 car struggle for most of the day, not being able to make passes, but he's got himself in a position now that anything can happen here with 65 left to go.
Yeah, Carl Edwards going to do everything he can to try to keep Kyle Busch down on the bottom and make him heat those tires up. And I'm sure that's what these drivers are thinking about when they get in this situation. Even though it looks like that 18 car might be a little bit better, if I can hold him down there just a little bit longer, maybe his tires will heat up and I can get by him.
Brad Daugherty in the beginning of the day during Countdown was talking about he thought the trouble area was going to be turn 2. It's starting to get into the shade there, as you can see. Is that going to make that any better or worse?
Could possibly cool that off a little bit more grip. The concrete doesn't change quite as much with the temperature, but it certainly has been an area that we've seen have quite a few things there, but could be better. You see Kyle Busch decide to slide back in behind Carl, and he'll try to make another effort at him without losing any more spots.
And Joey Logano's trying to go underneath the 27 right now.
I'd say right here, Kyle Busch going to try to squeeze up on the outside of the 60 car, kind of swap roles on him. You see now he's going to get just a nose up on the outside of Carl.
On the right side of the screen, the battle for 10th. Kelly Byers is taking the position away from Paul Menard. So despite all the damage, Byers keeps plugging away. Oh, and look at this. Little bump and run. Here comes on the outside Kyle Busch. He nudged Carl just a little, but now Carl's coming back on him. Down the back straightaway, heading into 3.
Yeah, I was really surprised Carl gave him that much room on the outside, knowing that's what Kyle was trying to do. But Kyle got a nice run off of turn 4. Carl tried to slide up in front of him, but Kyle wasn't having any of that.
So this is the best the 18 car's been since early in the race. There's one section there that they didn't run very well and actually slipped back, but he's going forward now.
So move Kyle up into 4th, and he's starting to pull away from the 60 of Carl Edwards. Not missing anything up front. Brad Keselowski and Justin Allgaier are well out in front by over a second to Jason Leffler in 3rd. So this is the best action on the racetrack as you see Joey Logano and the 27 of Greg Biffle going door to door.
Now this is where Logano's had trouble all day long in trying to make a pass on a car that he's trying to pass for a position down that inside.
2 cars back, you can see Kevin Harvick in this mix as well. We already documented the fact that Harvick has won the most here in series competition 5 times. You know who's second on that list? Morgan Shepherd with 4. And history could be made if Harvick can squeeze his way into the top 5 as he's trying to tie Tommy Houston on that all-time list for top 5 finishes.
He's going to have a chance, I think. He's got a good car. You see him working now, trying to work on the outside of Scott Wimmer. Scott Wimmer also having a great race.
Yeah, but it hasn't been typical Kevin Harvick. We've seen this team progress, and we expect him to be right up there in the mix of things, and he really hasn't been a factor up in the top 5 for the majority of the day.
Let's let you update on Mike Bliss as he has moved into 11th, getting around Paul Menard. So Menard has dropped 2 positions in about the last 5 or 6 laps. Now let's go back to this side-by-side action for 6th position.
Yeah, no love lost between these 2 guys. We saw them in California racing for the win. Get together a little bit, so they're going to race each other pretty hard.
Well, but remember Joey said, I will not pay him back. He says, I'm not going to take myself out of a potential race-winning situation.
Well, if he's looking for a chance, right here it is. He wants to get it back.
It'd be an easy slip at this racetrack to do it. As we've watched these guys, Kyle Busch has gone into that 3rd spot. These guys are having a great battle right here.
This has sort of settled down for a moment. Let's go back up front and show you the gap as Brad Keselowski leads his teammate Justin Allgaier by almost half a second. There it is. And there's the gap back to 3rd with Kyle Busch. Stay with us. Welcome back to the NASCAR Nationwide Series at Bristol. Make sure you go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. We are under our 10th caution because of an incident involving Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the Roush Fenway Racing number 6. There is what the car looks like, and this doesn't look too good. Looks like they're going to be pushing it behind the wall. Take you back and show you what happened.
Once again, we see coming out of turn 4 here, 2 cars getting together. That inside car trying to stay off. You turn the wheel a little bit more, and that creates the spin. So he gets into the wall and probably busted the radiator there.
It's the exact same thing we saw with Coleman Presley and Mike Bliss off that corner. And it narrows up.
It's been a tough season for Stenhouse so far. This could be his 3rd DNF. His best finish so far was 30th 3 weeks ago at Las Vegas. That's not the kind you want to write home about. Jamie, what's the latest on the 6?
Well, Ricky Stenhouse, you guys were right. The radiator is the problem. He's leaking water. They're pushing him back. They're going to try to fix it and get him back out there because it's all about experience for this young rookie. He actually told me he's been really worried about his ride this year. And Jack Roush, his boss, called him into the office on Tuesday. Ricky was shaken, and he said, Jack said, if I didn't believe in you and believe you could do this, I wouldn't keep you in the car. So keep doing what you're doing and learn out there.
Thanks for the update, Jamie. One car that's having a great day. There's Justin Allgaier in 2nd place. Vince, what's the latest there?
Well, you know, we're under yellow now, but just before that previous yellow, Kyle Busch had been pressuring Justin Allgaier in his back bumper. Here's the conversation between Allgaier, crew chief Chad Walter, and then right at the end, Roger Penske.
You're doing all right, man. If you got to let him go, let it happen in a hurry. Get back in line.
Good steady work there, Justin. Just good steady. If he's got more than you have, don't remember running for the points. So just use your head, bud.
4, thank you, Roger.
Of course, it's been another good run for Allgaier, who started 30th today. Chad Walter, the crew chief, says there's been a big progression in Justin since last year, saying last year he was fast because he didn't really know any better here. This year, he knows the track, has a handle on it, and he also understands the car better. It's making a big difference in the progression of Justin Allgaier. And I'll tell you what, Allgaier and Chad Walter, they were very confident before this race today, even starting 30th, and it's playing out.